I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10.
Karoline Leavitt is the press secretary at the White House, doing a great job. Such a great job that the ladies of The View feel the green monster coming upon them.
Buckle up, everyone, because the drama at The View just reached a fever pitch, and trust us, you're going to want to hear every juicy detail. We're talking lawsuits, behind-the-scenes chaos, and the kind of fallout that could bring one of daytime television's most iconic shows to its knees. You might think you've seen it all on The View, but this time, the drama isn't just on screen, it's tearing apart the entire foundation of the show. And at the center of it all, Joy Behar, the queen of controversy herself, who's been unceremoniously shown the door. But was this move the bold step ABC needed to save the sinking ship? Or did they just deal the final blow to a show already on life support? Let's dive in.
They really don't like this woman. She's a good communicator. And so Joy Behar just offered her analysis on why Leavitt was picked for the role.
To set the stage, Joy Behar has been a lightning rod for controversy for years. Love her or hate her, she's always been the face of The View. For decades, she's stirred the pot, sparked headlines, and thrown verbal punches like no one else. But this time, it seems even Joy's sharp tongue couldn't save her. The chaos kicked off when Karoline Leavitt, the youngest White House press secretary in history and a rising star in the political world, took her seat at the podium. At just 27, Karoline's already proving to be a force to be reckoned with, and her first press briefing didn't just ruffle feathers. It sent shockwaves through the media landscape. Leavitt announced sweeping changes to the White House press room, including opening up seats to independent media and giving a voice to journalists who've traditionally been sidelined. Bold, absolutely, but her moves didn't sit well with the establishment media, and The View wasted no time jumping into the fray. What started as a typical roundtable discussion quickly spiraled into something much nastier. Joy Behar, never one to hold back, crossed a line that even her co-hosts couldn't ignore. She dismissed Karoline's qualifications outright, claiming she only got the job because, in her words, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. Out. The comment was dripping with condescension and sparked immediate backlash both on and off the air.
Isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on looks?
Let's be real, this wasn't just a dig, it was a blatant attempt to undermine Karoline's entire career by reducing her to nothing more than her looks. And the irony? Coming from a show that claims to champion women's empowerment, it was a slap in the face to everything they supposedly stand for. Even Whoopi Goldberg jumped in, accusing Karoline of benefiting from the very wokeness she criticized in her press briefing. But here's the kicker. Whoopi's rant about wokeness only made things worse, highlighting the hypocrisy of The View in a way that viewers couldn't ignore. It wasn't long before social media exploded, with hashtags like Cancel The View and Joy Behar Fired trending across platforms.
Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you.
Now, we all know Joy thrives on controversy. She's been called every name in the book, from bold to brash, and she's always managed to come out the other side unscathed. But this time was different. Karoline Leavitt wasn't about to let Joy's comments slide. Instead of playing the victim, Karoline took a stand, calling out The View for their hypocrisy and filing a massive lawsuit against ABC and Joy Behar for defamation and character assassination. And let's just say ABC didn't see this one coming. Behind the scenes, the network went into full-blown panic mode. Emergency meetings, frantic emails, ABC execs were scrambling to figure out how to contain the fallout. Sponsors were pulling out, viewers were tuning out, and the show's future was hanging by a thread. And Joy? Sources say she was blindsided by the network's response. After years of being untouchable, she suddenly found herself on the chopping block. But ABC didn't just fire Joy outright. Oh no, they tried to spin it, framing her exit as a mutual decision to pursue other projects. But let's be real, this was anything but mutual. Joy was pushed out, plain and simple, and the internet wasted no time celebrating her downfall.
Speaking of Donald Trump, I was stunned and amazed by his new White House spokeswoman today. She's actually the youngest ever in that job.
What made ABC's situation even more dire was the unexpected wave of insider leaks that began flooding social media. Former employees, and even a few past guests of The View, started anonymously sharing stories of the toxic environment behind the scenes. Claims of favoritism, bullying, and a culture of silencing dissent painted a grim picture of the show. One former producer alleged that Joy Behar often dominated internal discussions, dismissing alternative perspectives with sharp remarks, while others accused the network of turning a blind eye to the behavior for years. These revelations added fuel to the fire, making it clear that this scandal wasn't just about one bad comment. It pointed to deeper systemic issues at play. To make matters worse, sponsors didn't just quietly pull their funding. They made a spectacle of it. A few high-profile advertisers released public statements distancing themselves from the controversy, calling for a more neutral and respectful tone in media. One major brand even hinted that they might reconsider their partnership with ABC entirely, unless sweeping changes were made to The View. The financial impact was immediate, with media analysts estimating that the backlash could cost the show millions in lost revenue. For a program that thrives on its polarizing reputation, losing its most loyal advertisers was a blow that no one saw coming.
And Karoline Leavitt isn't just making headlines, she's also rewriting history. At 27, the New Hampshire native has become the youngest White House press secretary ever.
Meanwhile, Karoline Leavitt wasn't just sitting back watching the chaos unfold. She was actively taking control of the narrative. In a series of public appearances and interviews, she laid out her case against The View with precision. She highlighted how her career was built on hard work and resilience, not superficial attributes, and called out the media's hypocrisy in tearing down women who didn't align with their ideology. Her words resonated with young professionals and aspiring leaders across the country, many of whom took to social media to applaud her courage. By flipping the script, Karoline wasn't just defending herself. She was shaping the public conversation, turning what could have been a fleeting controversy into a larger movement for accountability in media. Fans took to social media to weigh in, and the reactions were as fiery as you'd expect. One fan wrote, "Joy was supposed to be a comedian, but she turned into an evil witch." Another chimed in, "Trump's last two press secretaries have been fired. Not talking about looks, I'm talking about their ability to get the job done. They are everything a young lady should aspire to be." The message was clear. Joy's comments didn't just miss the mark, they backfired spectacularly.
Karoline Leavitt, she's just 27 years old. But boy, was she giving it to the Trump haters in her first White House briefing.
But the drama didn't end there. Karoline's lawsuit wasn't just a PR nightmare for ABC, it was a full-blown legal disaster. The suit accused Joy and the network of deliberately spreading lies to ruin Karoline's reputation, and it came with a price tag that could cost ABC millions. And, as if that wasn't bad enough, former guests and insiders started coming forward with even more dirt on The View. Allegations of bullying, manipulation, and a toxic work environment began to surface, painting a picture of a show that was crumbling from the inside. With the pressure mounting, ABC had no choice but to take drastic action. But cutting ties with Joy wasn't the quick fix they hoped it would be. In fact, it only made things worse. Longtime fans of the show felt betrayed, accusing ABC of caving to public pressure. Meanwhile, conservative viewers saw Joy's firing as a victory, but weren't satisfied with just her exit. They wanted the entire show off the air. The divide was deep, and the future of The View had never looked more uncertain.
In the media, because I think it's a real fallacy that there's this alleged lack of transparency when it comes to Doge. President Trump and Elon Musk have been incredibly...
And let's not forget about Karoline Leavitt. Far from backing down, she's doubling down, using her newfound platform to call out the media's double standards. In a fiery interview, she declared, "This isn't just about me. This is about all the women who've been mocked, belittled, and torn down by media bullies who think they can say whatever they want without facing any consequences." Her words struck a chord, resonating with viewers who were tired of the media's hypocrisy. Karoline didn't just stand her ground, she turned the tables, making herself the hero in a story that started with an insult. Now, as the dust begins to settle, one question remains: can The View survive without Joy Behar? For years, she's been the show's most polarizing figure, the one viewers loved to hate. Without her, does the show even have a future? Or is this the beginning of the end for a daytime television staple that's been on the air for over 2 decades? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the fallout from this scandal is far from over.
Well, the president has already taken a very strong stance on this issue this week with the signing of his executive order, a few executive orders in this space.
So, what do you think? Did Joy Behar deserve to be shown the door, or was ABC too quick to throw her under the bus? And is Karoline Leavitt the fearless trailblazer we need, or is this just another chapter in the never-ending culture wars? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this unfolding drama. Until next time, stay tuned, because if this saga has taught us anything, it's that the drama is only just beginning.